Pantallion gets behind this one, sends it over the wall in left center field. Goodbye, softball. And it's 2-0 when Pantallion taps her foot on home plate.
It's wild to think.
Runner at first and nobody out. 2-2. This ball slapped to Key. Key double clutches and throws it away into the outfield. It's going to get all the way to the right field fence. They're going to wave her home. The throw comes into second base off the glove of Maddie Zurax. And coming into third, winds the arm and delivers the first pitch. This one sails over Holly Thomas. Thomas throws it away as she gets it back to Taylor. Now the throw in, safe! Taylor elevates this one and sends it deep into center field. It is off the top of the wall. A 2-run blast for Bailey Taylor.
Well, it's only 2 runs if you don't count her. It's a 3-run blast, Ross. Oh, man.
2-1. This one is sent high in the air to deep left field. It is gone. And a 3-run shot for Abby Key.
Ross, that's a grand slam, son.
Grand slam. I forgot the intentional walk.
That is a grand salami right there.
To the state tournament. 1-2. This ball is sent high in the air to left field. Pantallion calling everybody off on the line. And for the 4th year in a row, the Liberty Lady Panthers are headed to Austin in the state tournament.
Good afternoon, Panther Nation. You are watching the pregame show on the Panther Sports Network. I'm Joe Roberts. Alongside me, Ross Norwood and producer Richard Ewing. We're at the Doubletree Hilton in Austin, Texas, and we are getting ready imminently in a few hours for the 4A state semifinal game number 2. Cal Allen and Sanger will be playing at 4 o'clock, and we will get the second game. All right, Ross, the Liberty Lady Panthers are the Region 3 champions. We saw just a little bit of the highlight of Game 2 against Bullard. Take us through Game 1 and then a little bit of Game 2 before we do a preview of the Canton Eaglets.
Well, Joe, in Game 1, Liberty winning that one 2-1, and what a game that was, a pitcher's duel. And Brooklyn Taylor with a big performance we'll talk about in a second. Liberty got their 2 runs in the 6th inning. Bailey Slack led off the inning with a single, stole second and third, and then came home on a ground out from Holly Thomas to third base. And the third baseman looked back, Slack at third. But as soon as she threw the ball to first, Slack took off and slid just in ahead of the tag at home to give Liberty their first run. The next batter was Bailey Taylor, and she blasted a home run to give Liberty their second, and what proved to be winning run. Bullard would pick up a run on a home run in the 7th inning, and that did it. But Brooklyn Taylor, 7 innings pitched, she gave up 1 run and 2 hits. She struck out 17 batters.
Say that again, Ross.
17.
1-7.
And only walked 3. Going into Game 2, she was not the starter. Her sister Bailey started, was relieved by Kylie Bishop, and then came in about the 3rd inning to relieve her, and added 6 more strikeouts for a total of 23 in the series. And Liberty taking care of that series in 2 games to become the regional champions for the 4th year in a row.
Yeah, Liberty really on fire. I felt like they adapted very well. They played at multiple locations throughout the course of this playoff run. Bailey Taylor Electric in Huntsville, they're going to have to rename that outfield wall for her. And Brooklyn Taylor, just simply phenomenal. A bunch of strikeouts, though. Previous week against Salado, able to go over 500 strikeouts for her career. Just a junior, part of that great big junior class that Karen and the Lady Panthers have. All right, Ross, now the real reason that we're here today on a Thursday is it's the Final Four. And 4 teams left standing: Sanger, Canton, CC Cal Allen, and the Liberty Lady Panthers. And of course, Sanger and Cal Allen playing at 4 o'clock. And we'll have some update on that when we go live for our game later on at 7. We're going to be at Red Charlene McCombs Field here in this hotel, a great location. We're only about 2 blocks away from the field.
We will not be walking.
We shan't be walking, no. So let's get a look at the Canton Lady Eaglets. This is not a team that we've ever faced before. And in fact, this is their very first state tournament appearance. They were the district champions in their district, and they mowed through the playoffs, much like everyone else that's here today. Coach Russell Smith, the head coach for Canton, a phenomenal season. Earlier this week, with all the storms that were moving through the Dallas area, Arkansas, and all that, their community had some, I'm not going to say devastation, but they had some issues with that. And so those ladies in that community had to overcome that. So glad that they were able to do that, and they're here today. And then they have a big senior class. They have 7, I believe, in their senior class. And to be honest with you, like I said, I don't know a whole bunch about them other than what we found. I do know that I feel like the tide's going to start with whomever is in the circle for them. And if I go with my gut, it looks like it's going to be J.C. Bullard that will be in the circle for them. And again, I don't know that. That's not set in stone. But if I had to make an educated guess, that would be who it would be. And she is committed to Henderson State.
Yeah, 19-4 on the season in the circle, and 271 batting average to add along on the offensive side. And this is going to be a group. They got off to a very good start with wins against Duncanville, a big-time program in the Dallas area, as well as Bullard, a big win against Bullard early. And I believe they also took care of Iowa Park.
Yeah, I knew someone had played them, Iowa Park.
Gilmer, excuse me. I knew it was a team that Liberty had seen in the last couple of years.
I was about to say, Iowa Park has moved down to 3A.
They did that the year after Liberty faced them in Austin. They were moving down, a good ball club. I expect a very tight and well-played game. They play similar to Liberty, may not have the power threat that Liberty has shown this year, but they will play a very clean defense. Pitching can be phenomenal, and I think it's going to come down, as most games do, to who makes the least amount of mistakes. And that was an area Liberty struggled with a little bit in Game 2 against Bullard, as the wheels started falling off a little bit, a number of errors committed in that one inning, and I believe the 6th inning. But really,
it was the 3rd inning.
Okay, it was the 3rd inning, but they escaped some real big trouble when Bailey Taylor came across the diamond and into foul territory to make a catch, and was able to double off the runner at first, and that cleaned that inning up quite well.
Yeah, that was really the tide turner for me. Brooklyn came back into the game, and then everyone switched back to their natural defensive positions, or at least as natural as Karen has been playing them, and they just seemed to click from there. Well, Ross, talking about Canton, the only common opponent that we have with Canton is Bullard, and of course they played them a long time ago. They played them twice. They lost to them the first time they beat them the first time 4-2, and then they played them later on in the schedule and won 4-0. Coach Harrison, thanks for being over here. Coach Harrison, the Liberty Athletic Director, stopping on by, giving handshakes. Hey, anything can happen on a live show.
Absolutely. That's what makes it so fun to do it down in the lobby and get to see everybody. We expect a huge turnout for Liberty. They have turned out for the Lady Panthers all season long, and then when we've hit the road with the Lady Panthers, they've been out in full force, and to the extent that we hear a lot of comments from the opponents, fans and whatnot about the turnout, and everybody does a fantastic job. And we'll have, Joe, you've worked on a few wrinkles for the broadcast, because it will be audio only.
It will be audio only. Richie, can you bring back up the Lady Eagle graphic? So I'm going to attempt to do my best. What is that? What's the guy that predicts everything? What's his
Karnak?
name? I can be Karnak if you want me to be that guy.
Well, you need to, You need to, this isn't an envelope, obviously, but you need to hold it to your head and.
No, not Karnak, the Russian guy that predicted everything.
No, Nostradamus.
Nostradamus, there you go.
Okay.
That's
See,
why
I'm thinking
pretty
in
sure
more
you-
modern
no,
times.
No. See,
Yeah,
I've got
that's
that.
my problem.
So I went through there and I looked through the media guide. And we were able to go through and look at some other things that Canton brought to the table. And these were some different folks that have been doing some great things for Canton. Probably want to keep your eye on. The catcher, Kara Pride, she's committed to Stephen F. Austin. Katrina Morphus, the first baseman. Lily Cervantes playing second base. Chloe Howe at shortstop. Amory Clower playing third base, and she's committed to Southwestern Oklahoma. And then Micah Mabane, the left fielder. Peyton Bray, the center fielder. And Riley Busby, the right fielder. And these are folks that I think are going to be starting defensively for the Eaglets. And then they've got a very big bat in their designated player, Grace Thompson. She's committed to Hill College. I don't know how much that she plays in the field, but I do know that she hits quite a bit for them. And here's the thing that we've discovered about Canton, Ross, is that none of their players have just a boatload of home runs, but almost all of them have hit a home run. And so all of them have power to the outfield, power over the fence. And so it's going to be, I would imagine it's going to be an inning or two at least of feeling one another out, kind of to get an understanding of what they can or cannot do at the plate. And as we're looking at that, there were some other notes that I had written down here. Oh, I already said that. Again, Canton first ever trip to the state tournament, and their head coach just really has that program clicking and popping as they're moving forward. Now, switching gears to the Lady Panthers.
Well, I was just going to
go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to go cover who they have taken care of thus far in the playoffs. They started it with Ferris. They've defeated Athens, Lindell,
I think it's Van Alstyne.
That's what I was going to go with. And then they faced Aubrey in the regional championship. And then none of those series went past 2 games.
Now, and Aubrey's a very good softball team. They've been to the state tournament recently.
Yes.
I want to say they were here last year.
Aubrey was here last year, and that's kind of where they were.
So earlier this week, I sent a request out for all of Panther Nation, all of our friends, to send in good luck videos and to send in whatever inspirational things, and we just were inundated with videos and messages, and we created a hype video earlier that you can go check out on, you can see it on the Panther Sports Network. Unfortunately, I have it unlisted, so if you have the direct link, you can see it, and the direct link is on the Liberty Athletic Booster Club Facebook page, so you can get to it from there. And I try to use as many of those well wishes on that video as possible. And then throughout the course of this game, you alluded to this earlier, this is going to be an audio-only broadcast today. And in between innings, our commercials are going to be mostly not the traditional sort of commercials that we've been running. They're going to be mostly messages that we kind of pieced together from those that I was not able to use in that hype video. And then, of course, because this is the state UIL tournament, UIL asked that anyone that does a radio broadcast, they also have to play some of the UIL ads, and we'll do some on-air reads. But I think you're going to really enjoy some of the graphics that we created for this.
Well, and by we, Joe, you
No.
You created. I had no hand in them.
Are we playing a hot video now?
We can. You want to go ahead and hit the hype video? Yeah, we can go ahead and play the hype video. It's about 8 minutes long. When we're done with the hype video, we'll come back. We'll do a real quick wrap up, and then we'll see you later on today from the press box at Red Charlene McComb Field. We'll be back in about 8 minutes.
We won't see them, and they won't see us.
No, we'll see them. I'll see all the fans.
They'll hear us. Well, we'll see.
If I close my eyes, my heart will see everyone.
Right.
That's how I do it.
Back again for Game 2 at 6 p.m.
This ball hoisted high in the air and deep. It is gone, and Waters has put Salado on the board with a home run to right field.
Well, and that is, I believe, the first home run that has been surrendered in some time.
If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowances for their doubting too, if you can wait and not be tired by waiting, or being hated, don't give way to hating. If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two imposters just the same, or watch the things you gave your life for broken and stoop and build them up with worn out tools. If you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it on one turn of pitch and toss, and lose and start again at the beginning, and never breathe a word about your loss. If you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they are done, and so hold on when there is nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on. If neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, yours is the earth and everything that's in it. To serve your turn.
This ball is served out into the gap, cut off by the left fielder, and coming in to score Kylie Bishop, an RBI single for the senior, Holly Thomas. Even with the bag is Waters and Thomas. Soft tapper to short, coming home to score is Holly Thomas. This ball passes down the left field. Let's do it, ladies. Right field coming around from the side. Let's do it. Taylor is 3-0.
Hey girls, we just want to wish y'all the best of luck with the girls coaching staff.
Behind this one and lines it out into center, and it's over the wall. Right away center field. They're not going to catch it.
Good luck, Lady Panthers.
Y'all ain't gonna miss 3 times. Let's do it again. We'll have it 2 on lead. Waters has the time. Salazar brought it back. 3-2 is
Good luck, Canton.
that ball off the.
That's off the AV trailer.
And a solo home run.
Well, they're filling that in the AV trailer. Mr. Ewing, it's not an earthquake. It's a Bailey Taylor bomb.
Look like Panthers says we have unfinished business. Let's go get that goal.
Good luck, Lady Panthers.
Nice block by Luke Swanson. Stays fair. Get guys right on the line. This ball bounces up and off the glove, and the baseman is running into the score. Bailey gets first. Schwab. Bishop puts down a game of fun. Salazar right on it. In and out of the glove of the first baseman.
Good luck, Panthers.
It's Bailey slack, and that makes it 7-2. Right back, flyer to the pitcher, Shower recovers. Rose ball gets away, coming in and scoring short. In the second and back deep, he's gonna keep moving, and he will end up on third base. Boy, that
Hey girls, just want to take the time to say how proud I am of y'all, everything you've accomplished, most importantly who you are and what you represent. We're rooting for you. Go get them. Get us another state championship.
Holly Thomas has been pretty sure-handed that.
Hey Lady Panthers, I just wanted to say good luck at state and safe travels to Austin. Mom, Dad, Bailey Ann, I can't wait to watch y'all kick some butt, and I love y'all. Go Panthers.
This ball bounced right back. Baker at third. And a throw. One back Slack. But Slack taking off as soon as she turned her back. The throw. Holly Thomas is retired for the first down and coming in to score is Bailey Slack. That was a veteran maneuver right there from the senior. She forced the third baseman to look her back, and as soon as she turned to make that throw across the diamond, she took off. Bailey Taylor gets behind this one and sends it high, sends it deep, and it's up to the scoreboard. It's right. Oh man, we talked about it earlier. Last time she was here, she hit the AV trailer. This time she almost hit the scoreboard. Bailey Taylor coming through. Gangbusters. He gets this one and sends it high in the air. And this ball's going to fall. There was some miscommunication coming in to score. Sliding in safely is Bailey Taylor. Manchaya gets behind this one, sends it over the ball. Touch the field. Goodbye.
Go Panthers! Win state! Woo!
Welcome back. Hope you appreciated that video. And that's, man, if you don't get fired up after watching that, you have no emotion in your heart at all. But you do. You have emotion there. That's what I love about you, Yak. So, at any rate, we are in Austin, Texas. We're at the Doubletree Hotel, just a couple of blocks from Red and Charlene McComb Field on the campus of the University of Texas, where the Lady Horns play. And they've been hosting games all week long. The 1A and the 2A divisions are done now. 3A may be done. The championship may be done.
Be getting close because they started at 1 o'clock.
And then the both 4A semifinals will be today, and that is really why we are here. We're going to be playing semifinal number 2 at 7 p.m. It'll be an audio-only broadcast. You will be able to listen to us on the Panther Sports Network. We'll go live. I'm thinking it's normally 6:45, but that's going to be wholly dependent on what happens in the game before us and how much time that we have. UIL is very stringent about the time that they let people in, how long you can be in there, no post-game show, all that other good business.
Well, the no post-game show is not going to hurt us. We tend to not do that, seeing as we have quite a bit to tear down after games, but try to get out of there as quickly as possible.
All right, so wrapping up real quick, talk about the Lady Panthers, which we haven't really talked about yet. Our keys for the game today, Ross, in your opinion?
It's going to be playing crisp defense. That was, as we alluded to earlier in in the show, that was an issue in Game 2, and they've got to try to clean that up because Canton has shown the ability throughout this postseason run of theirs to really capitalize on those mistakes, similar to what Liberty does when they have the opportunity to capitalize on mistakes. Brooklyn to keep getting the whiffs, and Bailey and Holly to continue the power surge.
Speaking of which, Bailey Taylor sitting on 20 home runs for the year, Holly Thomas sitting on 17, and they've been battling each other all year long. Ross, for me, continuing to get production out of the entire order, which is what the Lady Panthers have been doing. Abby Key, who's hitting number 5 with 5 RBIs in game number 2.
Big grand slam.
Abby Vickers, some timely hits, laid down the bunt against Bridge City that scored ultimately the winning run. Breezy at the bottom of the order hitting a home run. And so the Lady Panthers have gotten production from everyone in the lineup, and they're going to have to keep doing that if they want to progress.
One of the things you hear people talk about so much about this Lady Panther team this year is their power. But what we saw when the playoffs really rolled around is they have the ability to throw in some small ball and bunt for base hits, bunt to get runners over, steal bases, and really manufacture the runs. And with that combination, we hope for a good outcome.
All right, you're going to see us later on today, approximately 6:45 on the Panther Sports Network, where we cover state semifinal number 2 against the Canton Lady Eaglets. And then tomorrow, you won't see us, but you will
see us.
Well, I guess you will see us. We're going to be on LHS-live.net for graduation live stream. We are going to live stream the Liberty graduation, and depending on weather, there's a possibility that we may be sharing TVE with Hardin, and we're going to live stream that graduation as well. That will be before our graduation.
Oh, it's not going to be like a word search where they just call out names and one's in a blue robe, the other one's in a black robe?
Just come on up and do whatever you got to do. At any rate,
throw the diplomas in the air and say, hey, have at it.
At any rate, thank you for joining us on this pregame show, and we'll see you in a couple hours. You can take us out, Ross.
All right, for Joe Roberts, Richard Ewing, thank you for joining us, and we look forward to talking with you again at about 6:45 for the regional.
No.
Boy, I'm already making mistakes.
I did it.
You kept saying regional. For the state semifinal against Canton. We'll talk with you then.